Hey soul family, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Celtae. I'm a shamanic sound healer, visionary artist, and conduit to the soul. So let's get into another reading for the collective. These are general messages from spirit, so take what resonates and leave the rest. I wrote down some channeling that I did this morning. So yeah, I'm calling on my ancestors, my spirit guides, the Most High Mother, Father, God, Spirit, Creator, Universe, Consciousness. Please allow me to channel what the viewer needs to hear for their highest good. And so it is. If you guys have sensitivity to sound, maybe just cover your ears really quickly, because I'm just going to ring this bell, just clearing any and all negative entities or energies or negative spirits that are not for the highest good. All right. Okay, so let's get right into the channeled messages. So right before I started this video, I was listening to Spotify, and this song called Magic by Olivia Newton-John came on, and I have the lyrics right here. And when I went to go look up the lyrics before I started the video, it was 11:11. So that's important for somebody. If you've been seeing 11:11 a lot lately, then this is definitely for you. Yeah, so Magic. Come take my hand, you should know me. I've always been in your mind. You'll know I will be kind, I'll be guiding you. So I feel like this is your angels and your spirit guides. Building your dream has to start now. There's no other road to take. You won't make a mistake. I'll be guiding you. You have to believe you are magic. Nothing can stand in our way. You have to believe you're magic. Don't let your aim ever stray. Yeah, and it's talking about like your destiny is going to arrive, and I'm going to bring all your dreams alive. So for whoever's watching this, if you've been seeing 11:11, especially if you've been seeing 11:11, your dreams are going to be coming true. You have to take a chance on your dreams, is what Spirit's telling me. And it's really cool because what I was channeling this morning before I heard that song, so horizon lines and river signs. So I feel like you've been getting, I don't know what that even means, but I feel like maybe you've been driving on the open road and you've been seeing certain signs while you're driving, while you're looking out into the horizon, while you're looking at the sunset as you drive by, like the sunset off in the horizon. And there's something that you want off in the horizon, off in the distance, and you've always wanted it. You know that you want it. You know that you deserve it, but there are fears coming up. Like there's a part of you that feels left out in the cold, is what I wrote down. Feeling lost and alone. Somebody could be feeling lost and alone. Also dodging bullets. Like I had like, you know, in the Matrix, like Neo's dodging the bullets and then he gets hit by one of the bullets. Like you've been dodging bullets, but you got hit. Like there's a wound that you have that maybe you've been nursing a wound. And maybe like the nursing of that wound is like keeping you focused on the wound itself. I also channeled like everything seems like a dream, but you can't wake up from it. Like you're in this consciousness where like you know that you have a certain control of your reality, and you know that you're connected to the everything that is. You're connected to your spirit guides, but it's like there's this past, like something about your shadow. Like you can't wake up from your shadow. Like maybe you feel like you can't wake up. Like you can't fully release yourself from some sort of nightmare or shadow part of your aspect of yourself. Lying to myself and running from the shadow. Maybe you feel like there's a part of you that has been running away from your shadow, but it's starting to catch up to you. Also, I channel all that glitters isn't gold. And then another part, have you ever seen the rain? I want to know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? So it's like there's been some part of your shadow that's been coming up. Even though you've been doing all this healing work on yourself, there's been something that has come up that you could have seen somebody doing something, and that's what you want to do. You feel like, but then it's like that thought, there's like this thought in your head that you can't do that too. So it's like, what is the belief there? And I feel like you've been working on this anyway, so it's like, it's just like the remnants of that is like keeping you focused on that wound. But you dodge the bullets. Like in the Matrix, when Neo did that, he like went backwards and he dodged the bullets. It's like, it's because he knew his power. And Trinity, like, she was like, how did you do that? You're moving just as fast as the agents. And then he said, I'm not fast enough though, because he still got that wound. So there's a part of you that just feels like you're not going fast enough. That's another thing. You could be feeling like you're not going fast enough, that you're not doing enough, that you're not enough. Maybe that's a part of this shadow that's been coming up, that you're not enough. Like this comparison to other people, or like this comparison to like the idealized version of like who you want to be, who you feel like you should be. Also, Screech Owl, I was channeling that. Screech Owl, this wisdom, it's like maybe there's a part of you, like your spirit guides or angels, that like, believe you are magic, like screeching at you like, hello, like you're magic, you got this, like you dodged all the bullets. Yes, one bullet hit you. One bullet hit you. But I'm pretty sure in the end of the movie, he like caught the bullet. He caught the bullet and then he like frickin' defeated the agent. But think of like before you woke up, before you even realized who you were, before you even realized anything about spirituality. Like think, like I feel like there's this message of like, can you take the time to like actually see how far you've come in your journey? Like really, like you're really hard on yourself, I feel. Like think about like when you didn't even know about all the things that you know now. You didn't even know that you could dodge a bullet the way that you have dodged these last few bullets that have been sent at you, like this darkness. Yeah, and then also what I channeled was running from the devil, like running from the devil. And yes, I like old music. I love old music. I love all music, but I definitely have been feeling, yeah, classic rock vibes lately. But yeah, running, like it's like you're running from the shadow, running from the devil, but it's like you are realizing that it's actually you. Like, isn't that what Neo realized in the Matrix? Like, also I watched the Matrix the other day, so I feel like I'm just channeling that too. That's why I keep on bringing it up. But like, it's like, he realized that like he was it, like he is everything. Like this shadow is a part of you. Confirmation. Shadow is a part of you. You are the shadow. It's a part of you. What is it teaching you? Yeah, and then also so sometimes all you need is a little pruning. Like sometimes all you need is to just go in there and just take away, to just prune out those thoughts, that the perspective, like the perspectives that aren't serving you anymore. Because I feel like you've been looking at a certain situation, you've been looking at yourself as you go on this quest to do what you want to do. It's like you've been looking at yourself in a certain way that isn't serving you anymore, and it's just literally just pruning out that perspective. And it's like, where did we even get that perspective? Like, where did that perspective even originate from? Like, was it something that our parents told us? Was it something that like somebody said? Like an asinine comment that somebody made? Is that where we have gotten that perspective from? Pruning. It's like sometimes we just need to take out what isn't working anymore. We have to be real with ourselves. We have to be real. Like when we're getting triggered, when that shadow is coming up, it's literally just showing us something that's not working for our highest good anymore. It's nothing to be afraid of. So it's like, I feel like maybe you've been running away in a sense from some type of specific shadow work, but I feel like it's catching up now. And yeah, so have you ever seen the rain? It's like you're being cleansed of this. This is what I feel, is that you're being cleansed of whatever this shadow aspect is. It's like you're truly integrating that shadow, and you're realizing that you can shift that belief that feeling was, it's like time to turn a new leaf. Like that feeling was a temporary feeling that got you, that served you at a certain time, but it doesn't serve you anymore. So it's time to like, it's like the leaf is like dropping away. It's dropping away. And there's like a new leaf that's growing in its place. Yeah, new heights are coming. This is just a part of the process, making way for new growth. Yes, yes. So that's and then the other thing that I channeled was sincerely self. Sincerely self. Like, you know what I mean? You're talking, it's like you're talking to your shadow self. It's like you're talking with these aspects of yourself. Maybe, yeah, so there's something that you need to say. There's something that you need to get out. Like, I feel like I need to, something going on my throat chakra. There might be something that you need to say to somebody, or there might be something that you need to say to yourself out loud or in journaling, like sincerely self, like, let's change this. I realize that this is what I've been doing. This is why I've been feeling this way. I realize that this reaction to another person, like whatever they're doing, like this like darkness that comes out within me has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with me. That feeling is originating inside of me, and how I look at myself, or what I believe about myself, or what I believe about the world. Sincerely self, like it's like having a conversation with yourself is something that Spirit wants somebody to do. What do you keep in that bag of tricks? Is something else that I channeled from a different song. I can't remember what song, but it's something that like stood out to me. What do you keep in that bag of tricks? There's like, you have this bag of tricks that you've been stopping yourself from. So yeah, I'm seeing you like, it's like this shadow part of yourself has been like keeping like this draw bag. Is that what it's called? Like those bags that you, it's like you've been keeping it closed. But it's like through working through this shadow part, this shadow aspect of yourself, it's like it's, the drawstrings are coming open, and it's like you're gonna be, I'm also getting that maybe some shadow aspect is actually like allowing you to open this bag of tricks. Like that without the shadow aspects, you wouldn't have what the tricks that are in that bag anyways. You wouldn't have the treasures and the tricks inside of the bag that you already have. You've just been keeping it closed because confirmation, you've just been keeping it closed because of this fear, like because you don't want to feel exposed is what I'm hearing. So let's see. Do you want these first? Okay, so let's get some shadow cards. So what do you want me to channel, Spirit? Please allow me to channel. Okay, so 2 popped out. So we've got Alchemist. So it's like you're alchemizing this, you guys. So it's like you haven't been alchemizing. It's like you've been foregoing alchemizing some sort of shadow because you weren't ready yet. But I'm channeling that like you've done sort of, maybe somebody who's been watching has been doing some sort of deep healing in the past like month or 2, or like it doesn't matter, like take it as it resonates, but like you've been doing some sort of healing, you've confronted something, and the confronting of that one thing has led to like another thing, and there's like this part of you that's like, I confronted this thing, and I feel like I healed and overcame this thing, and it was super dark, but then it's like it almost like led to like a new thing that has come up, like that has reared its ugly head, so to speak, like this other part, this other shadow that was maybe connected. Like you dealt with this, okay, is what I'm getting. You dealt with something huge, okay, like maybe a core trauma, a core wound. Like, I'm not to channel the Matrix again, but I'm channeling it again. Like, for example, like Neo, like they put that thing inside of his power center, right? The agents put this like creepy, like weird little tracker thing inside of his solar plexus, his power center, and then Trinity and all his other buddies or whatever went and came to save him, and first they had to extract, before he could go on and learn about all these other things and learn about his powers, they had to extract this freaking core parasitical thing inside of him. He had to take it out. And it was painful and it was scary. And he was like, what is even happening? Like, that's what you've been doing. You're like, what is even happening? You've been healing that. And it had something to do with your power center. It had something to do with like the belief in yourself. It had something to do with like you feeling like you're able to like do what you can do. Like it was a huge block that was a block of belief in yourself. So you dealt with that. And then it's like led you right now into the present moment, or lately, or maybe it's coming in the future. Like it's led you to some sort of like this next step of healing of this other thing that is sort of connected to that thing. But you're just like, why do I have to, like, I thought that I'd already healed everything, but it's like this other thing you've been like staving yourself off from healing it, but now you're alchemizing it. Maybe it's somebody I'm getting like the alchemist, right? Maybe like somebody's triggering you, like in the spiritual community, like somebody who's misusing their power and it's triggering you. And like, it's like, but it's like something to do with like what you see in them, like how they're misusing their power is like how you've been treating yourself inside, like how you've been misusing your own power towards yourself. Not saying that you're doing that same thing to other people. But sometimes like it's like things reflect things back to us that are uncomfortable for us to see because we're uncomfortable with some sort of aspect of ourselves. So it's not to say that if somebody in the spiritual community or somebody around you is misusing their power, is trying to overpower you or overpower other people, and that just triggers you so much. Maybe, and so this is what I'm getting. It's like you're seeing somebody, or you could be seeing somebody who's in their power. You could be seeing somebody who's in their power, and maybe it's triggering you because you feel like you're powerless, but it's like, it's almost like another level of that power. It's like another, so what I'm getting is that you've, like that matrix thing, you extracted that from your solar plexus, you faced some sort of core wound, and now it's like another layer on top of that of like the thought, like the belief that's tied to what happened is what you're facing now. And it's sort of bringing up the same sort of thing that you thought that you already healed, but it's just another layer of it, to show you that you can actually alchemize this by changing, by reframing how you look at yourself or how you look at other people and how you look at your journey in general. Like maybe you see other people and they're standing in their power and it triggers you because there's a part of you that doesn't believe that you can be in your power too. Because there's like a belief there that you have to look at things from a different perspective. You have to realize that you're magic and you're being led by your guides. You have to believe you are magic. I'll always be by your side. Is that how it goes? Oh, yeah. I've always been in your mind. Like you've always had these things leading you and guiding you. Like you've had these dreams, these desires always guiding you. Like your desires are meant to guide you into what you're meant to do. And there's room enough for everybody, but it's like these programs, right? Like these programs, like these ways that we've been made to, that we've been led to see ourselves and like what we can do and what we can accomplish. Like it's literally like a lot of it is just lies, you know what I mean? And everybody has a different path. That's another thing. Like everybody has a different path. Don Juan, like maybe there was somebody, so Don Juan, maybe there's somebody who is using their sexual attraction to like manipulate other people, and it really triggered you. And so I'm also getting that maybe something about that triggered you because maybe you have let yourself be manipulated because of that in the past, because you were attracted to somebody, or because somebody was attractive, or because somebody was attracted to you. Maybe there could be something to do with that. Yeah, using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. So maybe you've been seeing somebody else who's been doing that. And it's like meant to reflect something back to you. But also like I'm getting this thing that you have these, or maybe it's, okay, here's the thing. So maybe you see other people being in their power, like using their like how attractive they are for their own gain, and it makes you feel insecure or uncomfortable or something like that. Take it as it resonates, guys. This is not going to be for everybody. Like, not every message is going to be for there's a whole bunch of like messages that I channeled, but not every single one is going to be for you. But there could be this thing where like, where you see somebody who is extremely beautiful, and you feel like maybe that has taken them really far because of their beauty, but and it triggers you when you see them being successful, or when you see them being happy or having the things that they have, and it's like you feel like you project onto them something where like you're like, oh well, they have what they have because of this, because of that, because of this. But it's almost like, because you believe that you don't have that in your own self, you're angry because you feel like you couldn't have what they have. But that's not even true. It's like, is it like where it's like showing you where you feel like you're not attractive enough to get a partner, or to get what you feel like they're getting. There's something to do with that. And it's like, it's literally just because it's like, so it's like Spirit wants me to say like, so I ask you, like, who told you that? Who told you that you were not beautiful? Who told you that you had to look a certain way? Like, everybody is beautiful in different ways. Everybody has their own unique essence, their own unique beauty. And that's the beauty of the world. That's the beauty of being unique, and everybody is unique. And wouldn't it be such a boring world if everybody looked the same? Would it not be so boring if everybody like did things the same way? If everybody's journey was the same? If everyone's journey was like, okay, well then I graduate, then I get a house, and then I get married, and then I have kids, and then it's like somebody could be like comparing themselves to like somebody who just feels like they have all these things, and you're like, well, if I don't have this or that, and they have this or that, then like what's like what? How am I like? I must not be worthy. But it's like, maybe you just haven't gotten it yet. Maybe you just haven't gotten to that point yet, or maybe you're meant to get something completely on a different timeline. Like, maybe your timeline is just radically different than other people's timelines, and it doesn't mean that you aren't as good as that person, or that you're doing something wrong. It's like literally, it's like running from the devil. It's like running from this. You're running from, it's like projecting onto other people to like project onto yourself somehow, to run from that feeling of like that you just, there's a core feeling I'm feeling in your heart that you just feel that it's like wounded, that was wounded, and it's like you feel like you can't, that you're not good enough. Let's get another card. Spirit, where do you want me to pull from? Okay. So I just got a new deck. It's called the Shaman's Dream Oracle. So that's awesome. I'm really excited. So I might have to read from the book a little bit, but Spirit, what does the collective need to hear right now? What do you want me to channel for the collective? What is the best thing for the collective to know right now? Spirit, please give me Garden of Venus, rest and renewal. It's like you have so many, you're about to level up. And also it's Garden of Venus. It's like, and didn't I say sometimes you need to do a little pruning? It's like you need to go inside your inner garden and just prune out those faulty beliefs that aren't serving you anymore. And it's easier said than done, but at the same time, it's sometimes it's just allowing yourself to just feel and to sink into the trigger. So like, for example, say if like there's like a musician that you really look up to and you're really inspired by this person, and like sometimes it's hard to listen to them because you're comparing yourself the whole time to them. Put on the song, put on a live concert and just watch them, and watch what comes up inside of your body as to what you're feeling, and then ask yourself, like, why am I feeling like this? Like, why am I feeling like this anger, like this sadness? It's the sadness at like what you feel inside, like, and it's like, okay, let's prune out let's prune out that perspective. That perspective isn't serving us anymore. Like, who put that perspective in our mind that we have to be this way, or this is the only way to be successful, or this is the only way to get something done, or this is the only way to be worthy, or to be honored in society, or to be seen. It's like, to be seen in a certain way is like, what you wanted, but now you're realizing that maybe that was never actually meant for you in the way that you thought that you wanted it, or thought that you needed it. So yeah, it's a time for rest, it's a time for renewal, it's a time to get sincere with yourself, it's a time to make room for new growth. That is what is the time right now, you guys. It's you may feel like you're at a standstill, but you're not. You're only at a standstill because you were running from this devil aspect of yourself. This devil, running from the devil. You were running from that, and now you're not running from it. You are at a standstill. You're facing it. You're facing your shadow. You're facing that belief. You're facing what is no longer working inside of you. These old perspectives that are not working, that are not serving you, that are actually hurting you, that are making you feel lost, but you're not lost. That's what was making you feel lost, was this outdated perspective, this outdated, I'm getting like, like a list, like an agenda, like this happens here, and then this happens, and then this will happen, and then this has to happen, or else I'm crap. And it's like, you're not crap. You're a spiritual being having a crazy experience and a crazy, amazing journey on this earth ship thing, And so you're allowed to have like twists and turns. You went off the beaten path. You never actually wanted to go on the beaten path anyways. But then it's like, you're almost like, I feel like you're almost like beating yourself up that you didn't go on the beaten path. But hello, you weren't supposed to go on the beaten path. So yeah, you are at a standstill right now. But you're discovering your bag of tricks. Oops, you're discovering your bag of tricks. Look at your heart. You're going into the heart. You're going into the wound. You're shining light onto this heart wound that you experienced, that you've been inflicting on yourself as well. It's like you took on. It's like you're realizing that there was like this repetitive, for some reason I'm hearing 8-track. Maybe somebody likes 8 tracks, or they have an 8-track, or maybe that's confirmation for somebody, but it's like you had like 4 or 5, different like cassettes or whatever on this 8-track, and it was just like repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating, and you're just like, it's like, we're turning it off, and we're going to take it out, and we're going to put on some new songs, and we're going to put on some new cassettes, and we're going to like reprogram what's going on inside, because the way that we're seeing ourselves in the world and our expectations of ourselves, like, it just doesn't make any sense anymore, because now that you're like in this matrix, like you're awakening, you're Neo, guys, like you're awakening, and you're realizing you have so much power, and that you didn't have to go on the beaten path, that you're actually glad that you didn't go on the beaten path. So you're at this standstill, and you're alchemizing this pain into your power, into this bag of tricks. You're alchemizing the power that you have to transmute that energy, so that you can use the knowledge that you've gained from the shadow to your benefit. Let me just read. So that was 25. Also 777. So yeah, 25, 7. So like 777, luck. So luck. There's luck coming. I've been seeing 777 a lot as well. Maybe you guys have been seeing 7. I've been seeing 777. I've been seeing 1111. I've been seeing 111. Also 555 too. Like this, because you're changing, you guys. Like, so 25. The place of all is well, rest and renewal, self-acceptance. You guys, accepting yourself. Accepting the shadow. Accepting that you have the shadow, but that the shadow is trying to teach you something. Like our ego wants to hide the shadow from us, because it's like, well, we have to be good. We have to be like this. And like, oh, I can't feel jealousy, because that's bad. That's bad. It's just like, okay, well, jealousy and envy is like pointing you to like what you want, what you aspire to do. And so that feeling is actually like pointing you to a place inside of yourself where you feel like you lack something, or that you feel like you're not good enough, or you like there's some sort of belief inside. So it's actually like a blessing. It's a gift to show us, because just like the Matrix, like we can bend the spoon is not even there. Like if we just focus our attention and our love onto something, like it'll manifest, but maybe not in the way that our ego or that everybody else told us that it was supposed to manifest. Like what if things are just going to manifest in a way that we didn't even know that it was going to manifest? And the only thing that was getting in our way was feeling like it had to be it had to be laid out in a certain way, or it had to have a certain trajectory. You know what I mean? So yeah, when the Garden of Venus appears, you are invited, actually summoned, to return to the pleasure garden of love. To remember, like, yeah, the pleasure garden of remembering that you are magic. The pleasure garden of love inside of your soul, like with your angels and your guides. With your spirit team that has been whispering in your mind this whole time that you have a dream, that you have a purpose, that you have a path that you are being guided on. It is time to leave the field of battle. Put your sword away. There is nothing you need to defend anymore. It's like, yeah, you've been defending yourself from your own shadow, like running from the devil. Step through the gate into the garden of earthly delights. Bask in the joy of the wish-fulfilling trees and the scent of healing flowers. You have returned home. You are weary, and it is time to rest deeply and be renewed. Go into this sacred garden alone, as there is no need for another to be present to experience its pleasures. Really, stop looking for the other. Enter by yourself. Allow your senses to intoxicate you. Leave all thought behind. Lose your analytical mind and return to your body. In the Garden of Venus, there is still a pond that shows you the reflection when you stoop down to drink. Who is that staring back at you? Look at who you have become. Rinse your face with these healing waters. Oh my God, you guys! Have you ever seen the rain? You're being cleansed. Like I said earlier, you're being cleansed. I don't know if it's raining where you are, Spirit wants me to say, just go outside and just let the rain rain on you. And yeah, so I'm also getting this thing of this Don Juan, like, it's like you're cleansing yourself of this person too. Like you're alchemizing what this person, maybe this person like is representative of a part of your shadow. Like it's representing the shadow part of yourself, that like your beliefs of like what you deserve. This person didn't treat you properly. If this is pertaining to, like, this doesn't pertain to everyone. Remember, take what resonates. But there could be this situation where somebody was with somebody or dating somebody, or like somebody was coming into your sphere being all like trying to get all up in your grill, and like you didn't really feel right about it, and it's almost like triggering this core wound of like, why did this universe send me another person like this who doesn't like respect me or doesn't like fully love me in the way that I deserve? And it's like, maybe there's a part of yourself that like, it's like you're seeing your own shadow to fully release it, to like your own shadow of like how you sometimes like manipulate yourself into getting into situations with people that you know doesn't feel right, but it's because you were always manipulated as a child, or you were manipulated with a past ex, and it's like you adopted that it's almost like you didn't, sometimes you maybe haven't protected yourself in the way that you needed to protect yourself, but it was just like that pattern, right? So it's like you're cleansing. And I'm also getting that song by Fleetwood Mac, like Dreams. It's like though again you say you want your freedom. Like, yeah, maybe someone's like not wanting to commit to you, and you're like, it's freaking bringing up your shadow of of course no one would ever want to stay with me, because maybe you have beliefs about like that no man would ever want to stay with you, that no man would ever want to commit. Like maybe there's a belief where you just don't believe that people would want to commit. Maybe there's something to do with, maybe you don't commit to yourself, and something like that. Maybe you don't always commit to your own, what you really feel inside, like committing to like standing up for yourself or something like that. That confirmation. Oh yeah, let's finish this. Love who you have turned into with all your imperfections and blemishes. Like, yeah, guys, you're like integrating your shadow. You're integrating your shadow. Oh, this is awesome. The goddess Venus holds a mirror that allows you to see yourself in all your flawed beauty. Do not become caught in its spell. After a quick glance, take the mirror with you and return to the battlefield, that you may reveal to others who they are becoming. Then you will no longer have to use your sword. Ah, okay. So maybe there's like, so this Don Juan or whatever, alchemizing. So instead of like feeding into what this person wants you to believe about yourself. Like, it's almost like there's like this energetic cord, and it's like, let's just like, we're just gonna cut that, okay? We're just gonna cut that. Okay, confirmation. That's cut, guys. We're cutting the cord. You're cutting the cord with this person, okay? So what I'm getting is, there could, and this doesn't have to be a lover, okay? But there could have been somebody in your life that came into your life. Oh my God, the downloads right now. Okay, sorry. There was somebody that came into your life that was like a representation, like a freaking cosmic representation of your shadow. And it's like it was almost like a test or something where like they wanted to come and see, almost like shit test is what I'm getting. They're like shit testing you. This doesn't have to be a lover, by the way. This could have been anybody. And it brought up your shadow. It triggered the F out of you guys. And it's like you took the mirror. You looked at yourself in the mirror. You went to the depths of your soul. You went to the depths of the wound. And you're literally rising from the wound, and you're like, and you freaking dodged this person's bullet like Neo. You were like, phew. And you might have gotten like a little wound, but it was actually perfect because it brought up the shadow. That one bullet that just like grazed your arm brought up the shadow. And so that you could see yourself and all your imperfections. And instead of like but the thing is that you did the work. Congratulations. You did the work. So you looked at yourself, you looked at your shadow, you're like, oh, I see what that is. I see what they're trying to get out, like what they're trying to make me feel. I see what's happening. And you basically like how you're going to respond to this person, or how you responded to this person, or how you should respond to this person is you're just going to react in a way that act. You're not going to react to this person. You're going to act in a way that's going to almost take this person off guard. You're going to act. You're not going to react in the way that they anticipated you reacting, or that you have reacted in the past. You're going to just show them, put up the mirror by respecting yourself, or by loving yourself, or by not feeding into that energy that they want, that cord of energy that like literally I'm cutting it right now. We're just gonna cut that. We're just gonna cut that energy. You're not gonna feed into that response that they want you. It's like they want you to like be in your shadow with them. You know what I mean? They want whatever their shadow is. It's like they want to connect to the shadow in you, but you're not. You're integrating, you're alchemizing it, and you're turning it into power. The power to just hold up the mirror for them. Because you went inwards instead of like just focusing on what was happening around you. Or like, I'm getting that like maybe like before it's like you always search for validation from other people, but this time you were like, I just need to go inside of myself to see what's happening. And you put up the mirror, and so now they get to see their shadow by you just holding up a mirror, because you're not feeding into their shadow. Confirmation. You did it. You didn't feed into the energy that they wanted to latch. They wanted to like take this energy in you, your wounds, and take their wounds and connect it, and then like take your energy and siphon it and like take it away. You didn't do that this time. You were just like, oh wait, you wanna, oh actually no, I'm just gonna take this huge, massive, magical mirror, and I'm just gonna show you yourself, because I know myself, because you know yourself. Because you're loving yourself, you're loving of yourself, and your authentic love of yourself and taking care of yourself and protecting yourself is like showing them who they are, and they're so uncomfortable. Where do you want me to go next, Spirit? Do you want another from this deck? Okay. And so it's like now, it's like you are magic, and I'm also getting that they're seeing that you're magic, because they're like, oh my God, whoever this person is, whether it be like an ex or somebody who wanted to get with you, or just like a random person in your life, whoever it may be, you take it how it resonates, and you know your own intuition is telling you. Like they didn't, it's like they're like, they're intimidated by your magic and your power. They're intimidated by what you know. They're intimidated by it, and it's making them feel really uncomfortable. Resonating whale song. Yeah, you are now like, you're going to be singing your own song now, because you went to the depths of your soul. You were like, you're a whale. You're like, and also whale. I just got that the other day. It's a beautiful whale print. Anyways, and the whale is emerging from the depths. Yes, good. Look at you guys. That's you. You're like meow, coming out of the depths. You're emerging with your own song, with your own power, with your own bag of tricks. You know now. You standing in your power, and you standing in love and standing up for what you believe in, and you being your authentic self. Like, you realize that you never needed that person's validation, or you never needed that. So it's like, yeah, whale song. Do you want me to read? No, it doesn't want me to read that because I just channeled what I needed to channel. Let's get one last card to end this reading. Spirit, what is the card that you want me to channel to end this reading, Spirit? What is the card that you want me to end this reading with, Spirit? Okay, 2 cards. The Fledgling and Reminder. Don't forget. Don't forget what you've learned in this garden. Don't forget what you learned in the garden of Venus. Don't forget what your heart told you is the truth. What you saw, the crown chakra. What you also, like, third eye, like what you saw, what you know, what you see. The Fledgling. I feel like for me, it's like you're becoming one with your shadow. You're actually comforting the shadow, like the parts of yourself that you have forsaken in the past, like the parts of yourself that you judged, or that you left out in the cold, that you never you never let them near the fire. But now that you're letting the fire of your soul, the fire of your heart, now that you're learning how to love the shadow and love those parts of yourself, you're letting them get close to your heart. Like, it's like you're letting them come in from the darkness and get warmth and healing from your heart, from your light and your truth, from who you are. I just want to really quickly read that. Dear one, when you receive the symbol of the fledgling, know that you are blessed with a time of learning new things. Like, all these new things that you've learned from integrating the shadow. And like I channeled before, new heights are coming. That you're just part of the process to prune it. You're making way for new growth. New things are coming because you passed the test. This is confirmation. This whole reading is confirmation that you passed the test. You passed it. You're facing your shadow. This is excellent. This is amazing. Sincerely, Self. You know what I mean? This is a time for you to remember that you cannot know things until you experience them. You had to experience this with this person or this shadow or seeing this part of yourself so that you can show others the truth by loving yourself, so that they can see their own shadows. And if they are uncomfortable with seeing their own, it's like you are the light, so you're like exposing other people's shadows, but it's like that's their thing to deal with. You know what I mean? Because you're dealing with yours. It's like they have to deal with theirs now too. That's the whole point of like awakening and being the light, is like because the light exposes all the darkness and all the cracks, like into the crevices of all the things that we tried to cover up, everybody. So it's like when someone is awakening, it's like, yeah, it's going to make other people, like this random person, feel uncomfortable. Because when you show the light of like the mirror, you're just like, no, actually, you're showing that part of themselves that it's like they're hiding from their light. So you like saying no and loving yourself and being your true self and being authentic is like showing that other person where they're not loving themselves. So you're showing them an aspect of themselves, the self, the loving self, the self that because they're in their darkness. You know what I mean? Don't expect yourself to be perfect. Now is the time for being gentle with yourself as you step into your destiny. That you are magic. Nothing can stand in your way to become the beautiful person you're meant to be. When the fledgling appears to you, it is a sign of new growth. What? Hello. And wonderful new opportunities. Step forward with curiosity and willingness to learn and discover. Okay, that's where I feel called to end this reading. Let me just clear the energy. Where is my little... Here we go. Okay, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. You're facing your shadow and you're integrating it, and new heights are coming. New growth is coming. Just don't feel bad for resting and taking time for yourself. I love you guys. All right, bye.